What's up, backyard bassing fans? All right, today we are going to do two rod reviews, and the reason we're going to do two rod reviews is these are two of my favorite rods that I throw probably 80% of the time. One of them, I can almost guarantee if you've seen any of my videos, you've seen me throwing this one a lot. So, first one right off the bat is definitely going to be my Duckett Ghost Rod. So, I'll tell you guys, this is a 7.6. This is a heavy power. It's a fast action tip. And like I said, anybody that's seen my videos has seen this thing, the flex on this thing. But it's got a pretty stiff tip there, but just enough give. You're throwing, half-ounce weight, stuff like that. It works really well. But I have to say, the Duckett rod, I swear, is my favorite rod. It's got a great tip on it. You get a lot of feel with it. It loads up really, really well with big fish, even small fish too. Like I said before, you've seen some of my other videos, you've seen them load up. I mean, this thing loads up really well. The one thing that I like about the Duckett rods over a lot of other rods that I've tried is the sensitivity. The sensitivity in these are very, very good for the price range. Don't get me wrong, if you're going to get up and spend anywhere, let's say $150 to $200 or more on a rod, yeah, you're probably going to get something a little bit more sensitive. But for the $100 range, I'm telling you, you can't beat this Duckett rod. It's been extremely good to me. As far as the guides go, I do have to say that is the one downfall to the Duckett rods. This one actually right here, you can see I busted off this eye and I've busted off this eye just in the past month. That's the first time I've had any of my eyes on the lower end go out or fall off or had any problems with. I've replaced the tip twice. One was my fault. I stepped on it. The other one was pretty much my fault too. I was trying to get a lure unstuck and I reeled down to it, tipped my rod and kind of jiggled it and busted the ceramic insert out of it. So technically both of them were my fault. But as far as these eyes go, these were definitely not my fault. It was just, I'm sure, from just regular wear and tear. I've had this rod for probably 2.5 years, and that's really the only issue I've ever had out of it. It is a pretty good light rod. There's not a whole lot of weight to it. The grip on it's really nice. The only thing I would say about the grip, if I had to change anything, was I would like this to have a little bit more texture. When this thing gets wet, it does get a little slick. But other than that, I mean, it's no problem at all for me. But that's my thoughts on the Duckett rod. Like I said, I think they run about $100, $109, but they are well worth their money. Like I said, I've had it for 2.5 years, and other than the eyes right there in the last month, I really haven't had any issues out of it. So I definitely recommend that rod. So my next rod, is going to be the Speed Stick. Now this is classified as a pitching rod. It's a heavy power, fast action, or fast taper, fast action. The reason I wanted to do these two rods together was, one, because of that one, the eyes messing up on it, and I went back to throwing this, just doing my normal Texas rig and my normal pitching and flipping stuff. Usually what I use this rod for is actually my heavier stuff, my 2-ounce tungstens, when I'm flipping into mats and stuff like that. That's really the time that I really was using this and used it a lot. But being my other one's down right now, I kind of switched over and started using this one. And the reason for this whole review is I didn't realize how sensitive this rod actually was when I'm throwing lighter baits. I never really threw lighter baits on it. I was always throwing either a 1-ounce or a 2-ounce tungsten, punching mats, which is extremely heavy, and you don't get that sensitive when you're doing that stuff. I mean, you still feel bites and stuff, but it's not like that Duckett rod. When I'm going and throwing over, like, let's just say logs or rocks or something, I felt everything. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I paid $80 for this rod. It was not an expensive rod, and it's more sensitive than what my Duckett rod is. and I've kind of kicked myself in the butt for not trying this out before and doing that. It was one of them things. I wanted a good heavy power rod for flipping into mats and stuff like that. I bought it. That's what I used it for. I didn't try it with anything else. I should have. Now that I have, and I'm telling you guys, it's sensitive. It's got pretty much the exact same characteristics as that Duckett rod, but it is more sensitive. You can see it's got a little bit nicer grips on it. Got a little groove to them. I do like that better. The reel seat's about the exact same. There's not much difference there, which I hardly ever have any issues with reel seats, except for on a Boo Garcia the Veritas. I've had a little bad luck with those, breaking on me. But like I said, nothing wrong with this. It's a pretty solid rod all the way up. It doesn't quite taper down as fast as the Duckett rod, which doesn't really bother me at all. I mean, I'm not in it for looks. I'm in it for the feel and the sensitivity and everything. So, guys, if you're looking for a good rod to start throwing, let's say 3/8 and 1/2 ounce Texas rigs and stuff like that, or jigs that you want to feel a lot on the bottom and feel what you're going over, I strongly suggest either the Mach speed stick, which is, like I said, it's the pitching rod, or that Duckett ghost rod in that heavy extra fast taper. Both rods are very, very good. Not much difference in price. Like I said, I think I paid $80 for this one. I paid like $109 for that one. But for the $100 range, you can't beat either one of these rods. The one thing I will say about both of these rods is they're not going to load up really well for throwing long distances. Even with a heavier, let's say a 3/4 ounce jig, they've got so much backbone to them that they're not made to be launching those baits. They're made for closer applications like what I'm using them for, with the flipping and the pitching and stuff like that. That's kind of what they're made for. And they nailed it. I mean, it works really well. Now, I'm not saying you can't go out there and throw 40 yards. You can. It's not a problem. I'm just saying that you're not going to bomb a cast out there like you would with like a medium heavy or something that's going to load up really well and launch it. But typically, when you're throwing stuff like these, with Texas rigs and stuff like that, you're not looking to launch out really far away from you anyway, because you lose feeling when you get out that far. So, if you guys have any comments or anything, or suggestions or anything, leave them down in the comments. Like I said before, if you're digging the content on this channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and make sure you smash that notification bell so you're getting notified every time I put a video out. Like I said, I do my videos. I usually do a video on Tuesday, I do a video on Thursday, and then one on Sunday, and then I also do a live stream on Monday night at 7. So if you guys are liking it, make sure you're doing all that. Make sure you look for the new videos coming out every week, and we'll see you guys again next time. Thanks.